should put something together like that. But we also like to have a particular way on how we like to communicate and start relationships and how we want to be communicated with. And one of the things that we don't like is
having business cards shoved in our face. You ever go to these things and people, just by the energy alone, think about it, someone's going like this, right into your space, right? You're like, here, here, here. And I realized that I didn't have any of my major relationships, not one of them, based on a business card. Right. But I did a lot of business with people that gave me business cards. So I go, okay, well, this is a business exchange for a relationship exchange, people you really want to connect with. I realized if we pulled out our cell phones and said, hey, by the way, what's your cell phone number? I put it in there and I send them a text. All of a sudden, I'm connected, and now we start building a relationship real quick. So it's like the people you really want to stay in touch with, and all of a sudden we start pulling this out, all of a sudden it starts changing that dynamic. The people that give me their business card, I always just put it in the back of my pocket, and I add them to my email list, but that's basically the end of it. But the real reality is the people you want to stay in contact with, I pull out, because all of a sudden it becomes a different dynamic where I'm pulling someone into my sphere rather than just them pushing it into it. Does that make sense? Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. I haven't had a business card in, I don't even know, 10 years, 15 years, something like that. And a lot of the most successful people that I met all around the world, none of them did. All they did is what we just shared with you. It was always about pulling, it was about attracting and bringing in. By the way, here's my lovely wife, Alan. Hey, Alan!
So, keeping in mind,
stay up here. I'm gonna keep it. I got this quote card for Alan. We did this one last time. Remember this one here? It says, transparency is when you stop hiding the uncomfortable parts of yourself. Isn't that true? Transparency is when you stop hiding. There it is. So later on, we're going to be auctioning this little sucker off to some good cause. But again, this is one of Alanism's little famous quotes. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. It's kind of neat. I go on Facebook and I look at her quotes and I start writing them down because it's really neat. In the middle of the night, what pops into her head. And she just had one the other day. It says, "Everything in moderation, including moderation." And that's the truth. Everything in moderation, including moderation. Because sometimes you do gotta go, all in. You gotta go all the way. Because the realities are, anything we want in life, we gotta put ourselves into that uncomfortable state. By the way, I put your hands together again for the Mark Anthony Bates. So everyone's been coming up offering all kinds of wonderful gifts and little tokens and things. Lillian Walker this morning offered these incredible. Listen, these are the improv tickets. A guest for 2 people to go to the improv. Does anyone want these? Yeah. Yeah, you guys want it? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put these with the tags. The first people that win little tags can also get that. What I want to ask people is, what did you get from yesterday? I want to hear some takeaways. Yes, what did you get? Speak up loud.
Address the subtleties first.
Address the subtleties first. You're a little cut up. There's some symbols. What do you got over here? Real, raw, and relevant. What do you got over here, young lady?
We want the truth, even if it's ugly.
Yeah, we do want the truth, even if it is ugly. That is the truth, yes.
What people will do for a $5. Man!
and you know what, though? Again, that's that moderation thing. We have to see the quality of work of Fiverr. I use Fiverr, honestly, quite a bit. But it doesn't mean I hire a lot of Fiverr. It doesn't mean I use all the Fiverr. There's another organization out there. Have you guys ever heard of Odesk? Odesk.com. Odesk. That's where I have almost majority of all my work that I sub out is done through Odesk. All these quote cards that you guys are seeing up here, I hire a gal in Malaysia for $4 each to make those cards for me, to actually design them. And then I have them printed, obviously, over here in the States. It costs a lot more money. But the realities are, for $4, she'll make you those little quote cards. Now, how cool would it be for you, for $4 quote card, for you to put that on your Facebook page, and then other people share it all around the world? Would that help your brand? For $4. So go to Odesk and start reaching out and start putting out what you're looking for. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Scott Duffy. Start with the last page first in business. Yes. Get off your access. I love it.
Who's got an improv card back there, Larry?
What?
Improv card. Where are they?
What do you got? Yeah, give up me and get over to we. Someone just said something about that this morning. Yeah.
Have a higher standard.
Have a higher standard. Absolutely. It's kind of one of those interesting little things. Someone came up this morning and says, you know what Secret Knock reminds me of is the we community. Because back in the day, I mean, just a few years ago, you go to these events, and it's all about person X, and it's their stuff, and how cool they are, and their content. And Secret Knock's about us, and we, and come together, and what can we share with one another. And I guess we're kind of in the pendulum, and that's why it's taken off. Yeah, what do you got?
What I for pretense in the we generation, they're not just buying what you're selling, they're buying who you are.
They are buying who you are. Very, very good. What do you got?
Free your mind and wealth will follow.
Say it loud.
Free your mind and wealth will follow.
Yeah, free your mind and the wealth will follow. Absolutely.
Hey, Greg Reed, has anyone won anything lately?
Yeah, who won something this morning? Nope. What do you got back there? Reach out to your circle of influence. Absolutely. Who won something this morning? Who's got something? What did you win? Okay, what did you win? Bubble gum? Would you like to trade that bubble gum? I'll tell you what I'm willing to do. I will trade you that bubble gum for all the money that's in my left pocket. Bubble gum or money? What should she do?
Money.
Bubble gum or money? What should she do?
Money.
I'm not answering that question. It's in that pocket. Yes or no? You want to trade that bubble gum for the money? Yes or no?
Yes.
Or
Wait.
you can have all the money in that.
I'm going to show you a little something here. So you got money in this pocket, or you can have what?
Or this beautiful surprise
Box.
gift.
What should she do, everyone? Money or the box?
She's taking the cash.
Taking the cash. Congratulations. What did she give up, ladies and gentlemen? So here's my story. His son had said, listen, your mother and I are getting a divorce. 45 years of misery is enough. Dad, what are you talking about? The son screams. I'm sick of her face. I'm sick of her talking about this. So call your sister and tell her, and he hangs up. Now, the son is worried. He calls the sister. She says, like hell they're getting divorced. She calls their father immediately. You're not getting divorced. You're not doing another thing. The two of us are flying home tomorrow to talk about this face to face. Until then, don't call a lawyer. Don't file a paper. Do you hear me? She hangs up the phone. The old man turns to his wife and says, they're both coming for Christmas and paying their own airfare. Got one of these things. This is one of my favorite books of all time, Acres of Diamonds. And you guys remember the story of Acres of Diamonds, and I'll repeat it real quick for you guys. Acres of Diamonds, real summarized, is a story of a young whippersnapper who thinks that he's entitled to fortune, fame, and success in his life. So he goes out and he realizes he has this house, and on the farm, nothing will grow. Every time he plants something, nothing would ever grow. So in the middle of the night, he tricks someone to buy that farm, and he goes out on his journey. Well, sure enough, nothing goes on his way. And he finds himself so miserable and upset, he actually commits suicide. It's a real uplifting read. You like this, right? But the moral is, the guy back home is upset because he bought this farm and nothing will grow. Every time he plants something in the field, all these little white shiny rocks keep popping up. Realizing there was acres of diamonds in his own backyard. And the moral is, are we having acres of diamonds in our own backyard right now and we don't realize it? And that goes down to that 80% thing. What I'm talking about is that, 80% of everything that we need in our lives truly is within our grasp. But for some reason, one reason or another, we're afraid to reach out, call out, and do something with those needs and resources. Hey, Scott Carson, are you up in the house? Scott Carson's here yet?
How about another Scott right in front of you who's going to donate $2,000 worth of snore therapy?
Wow. That's absolutely amazing. And speaking of that, we'll bring up Scott right now. Come on.
Come on, Scott.
So this Dr. Scott's presentation, Dr. Scott has a solution, an actual solution to help people stop snoring. Women, who'd like to hear about that one for your husbands, right? And he's got something that he's never shared with the public before, and he says he's going to come here in 5 minutes, actually show you exactly how you can end this situation. Go ahead, Dr. Scott, it's all you, brother.
Well, blow in their ears.
That is a big stick.
Making sure we're cued. Are we cued, guys?
Almost.
Then you're up.
Okay, I'm waiting on the cue. We gotta get it to the beginning, and it's on autopilot, so I need the beginning.
Oh, there you go.
How you guys like the presentation so far?
Scarcity principle.
When I'm getting ready, I'm not doing snore therapy with people, but I'm giving free adjustments out there. But I'm going to be offering free webinars so you can get the experience of how to do the snore therapy. All right. Wait, we started to... Yeah, whenever... Yeah, it was running, so go ahead and put it to the very beginning. Again, it's on autopilot. Very beginning, I'll go.
I love it so far. It's so dramatic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Scott. I give your partner what they really want in bed. A good night of sleep. You're wondering, who is this crazy guy up on stage? Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a natural sleep doctor, I'm a chiropractor, and I have a mechanical engineering background, and I actually was a rocket scientist for a little bit. I'm actually an inventor, a patent pending product that eliminates snoring and apnea, so that's kind of my little spiel there. I live in Sedona, Arizona with my beautiful wife Amy, who's still getting ready right now, my dog Cosmo. Now I suffered many years of bad sleep, and that just sucked, waking up at 3 o'clock every night and not being able to fall back asleep. So how is your sleep? And I'm going to offer you a solution how to have better sleep. I began to look for better sleep myself because I wasn't doing so good, and here to tell you, awesome sleep isn't rocket science. Now, to understand awesome sleep, there's like a diamond. There's several facets to the diamond. The most important facet is the one that is on the top, and that's breathing. You got to make sure you're breathing. If you're not breathing, it's snoring. That is an indicator you're not breathing properly. And snoring is not just a noise problem. It's a breathing problem. It's a heart problem. It's a total health problem. Snoring indicates sleep apnea 80% of the time. So if somebody's snoring next to you, it's not cute, it's actually dangerous. 1 out of 10 Americans is a conservative number, has sleep apnea, increases cancer 5 times, stroke 4.5 times, heart attack, half of men have heart attacks, have sleep apnea, 8 times increase in car accidents, so it affects the public. Doubles the money on healthcare, so it affects everybody's tax dollar. Breathing is the most important part of sleeping, but there's other things, having proper spine, having proper support with a pillow, proper diet and body size, body shape, not too much weight. Certain foods can make us not have the best sleep. Good sleep routines and a good sleep environment is very important. Other facets I can't cover everything in 1 minute, but who would like to learn the secrets to how to cure snoring? Woo! All right, got 5 minutes. This is Sedona, Arizona. That's 10 minutes from my office. All right, snoring secret number 1, play a didgeridoo, this crazy little instrument. This is an Aboriginal instrument of dream time. I was playing these things before I even knew what sleep apnea was. But actually, the British Medical Journal says whenever you play this, it actually reduces snoring and daytime sleepiness. So playing that didgeridoo actually helps. You don't have to be an expert, you just have to blow on it. You control your throat or it will control you. That's what doing that does. There's another picture of Sedona, Arizona. I drive by that every day. Lose weight is secret number 2. Having weight is the biggest way to cure your snoring. Everybody that's walked up to me in the last 7 years says, I don't have snoring anymore. I made sure to ask them. and they've lost weight. Now, for every pound of body fat that you lose, your heart doesn't have a mile of blood vessel that it has to pump anymore. So that's a big deal. Every pound counts. I don't have my props here today. I was going to hold a big chunk of fat. Sedona, Arizona, that's what my snoring secret number 3 is mine. 6 words. I could come up here in 6 words, but I had to give you some context. Really, it's just 6 words. The goal of the 6 words are 3 words, to stretch your throat. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you these words. I've turned down articles in MSN Health, so this is the first time it's come out to the public. All right, my 6 words are chin down, tongue out, bite, and lip. All right, we're going to go through this to everybody. If you want to do it, chin down, chin to your chest. All right, and then what we're going to do, chin all the way down and stick your tongue out, and then keep that tongue out. And then what we're going to do is crazy, but do it. You're going to lift your head up, bite your tongue, and then you're going to lift up and go 45 degrees up to the sky. And so whenever you lift, if you feel that stretch on your throat, people feel your stretch on your throat, do you?
Yes.
Yeah, that stretch on your throat isn't normal, and we need to get rid of that. And actually, people that have more snoring have more of that. So I go in there and actually, with my therapy, go in there and grab and help assist that. So if you'd like to learn more about how to do all my exercises, I didn't have time. I have 3 webinars. Please come up to me, my beautiful wife who isn't here, and get you registered for the Scott Snoring Seminar, the Proper Pillow Seminar, and the Awesome Sleep Seminar or webinar. Chin up. Remember, everybody, just keep your chin up. This is my contact information. This is the best 5 minutes I've ever had on stage. Thank you so much. And okay, what I'm giving away is a no snore therapy program. So you have to come to Sedona, and we say leave your snoring in Sedona. You come and you'll get 12 sessions with me, so that means about 6 days. Boo-hoo, living in, come to Sedona for 6 days, ouch. And we'll do 2 sessions a day and stretching out the throat. Again, you can do it. I've taught people over the phone, over the computer, but if I can get my hands on you, we can get even more done. So 12 sessions with me in beautiful Sedona, Arizona, $2,000 package, and
Dr. Scott, thank you very much.
Scott
Ladies and gentlemen,
Carson.
our sponsor for Secret Knock, Scott Carson, everybody. And he's not even digitized. Amazing.
I perform for bar mitzvahs, weddings.
For my... Wait. Now you're up. I want you to talk business because we're waiting for you here.
Yeah, hang on a second here. I got a little presentation I just finished putting together for you guys if you wanted.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we do that one in a little bit?
Yeah.
I just have this quick question. Your specialty is note buying.
That's right.
And everyone hears about that in real estate, note buying, but not everyone understands what it is. Can you simplify that in the shortest little term what you do?
I buy bad mortgages, or how many of you own a home? Okay, you have a mortgage on the property, correct? Can we agree that there's a lot of people out there that are either A, upside down their house and haven't been paying, have lost their job and aren't paying, or just don't want to pay? And the banks have millions and millions of these, over 15 million homes out there are upside down underwater. And the banks are never meant to basically be handling the real estate side. Their business own notes, the mortgages. So I buy those. I go to the bank and buy these.
Is that what you wear when you go do that?
Actually, usually I'm in my t-shirt and shorts at home on the phone with them, but no, I don't usually wear this. They might not sell this to me. They might not take me seriously. Wow, that's an image that only a mother could love that one. Wow, Dad would be proud.
So here's the scoop. How many of you were really compelled by his message? No, really, I'm serious. Even despite what he was wearing, you saw through that and you got to his message. That's because his brand is his authenticity. You with me on that? Yeah. So he could be bleeding or maybe even wearing, I don't know, something crazy. Hold on. Maybe like wings and a tutu. And still he gets through to that. You know, so branding is important. How many of you have a brand? How many of you know what your brand is? How many of you know what your brand is at every touch point at what you do? You know, so either, there's a couple hands. You're either living your brand or you're killing your brand, and nothing is neutral. Nothing is neutral. So it's either brand integrity or brand slaughter. So I was going to share with them a little bit of research. Yeah, do it. Picture, if you will, a quartile analysis over here. We asked a bunch of people, we said, why do you buy from whom you buy? One group said, well, I buy because of features and benefits. Features and benefits, right? The next group said a relationship. The largest group, why do you buy from whom you buy? God only knows. They had no idea. So now the push question in branding and marketing, we did this 20-some odd years ago, is would you switch? So the features and benefits group, would you switch? They said yes. The relationship group, would you switch? They said yes. The largest group, why do you buy from whom you buy? God only knows. Would you switch? No way. Well, something happened. And to quote the famous philosopher, Austin Powers, it's the mojo, baby. It's the mojo. What's your mojo? Now, Scott's mojo is pretty clear. My friend Dr. Axel Meyerhofer and I were talking over coffee this morning. His mojo is that he takes the ubiquitous and the complex and he makes it accessible and implementable. That's his mojo. So it's not enough for God to own. What's this guy's mojo? Whoa.
So you call it GOK, God only knows.
GOK, God only knows. It's like Gandhi, for example. He was very frail because he didn't eat meat. He only ate like bugs, so his breath was not very good. And he'd walk for miles and miles and miles. And his feet would be, you know, miles and miles. He had bad breath, he was very weak, bad feet. He became known as, in his mojo, the supercalifragilistic plagued with halitosis. So, that was his mojo. But you know, it's not enough. I shouldn't smoke that so early, right? It's not enough for God to only know. What is it that is your mojo? You know, I've learned that intelligence is not a way of thinking. It's a way of behaving. Everything that you do that moves you towards your goals and objectives is smart. And everything that moves you away from it is what? Is stupid. And that's it. And that's it. So now when it comes to kids, I don't say how smart is that kid. I say, how is that kid smart? Got it? Greg's mojo is he is fast. He is laser-pierced while having ADD on steroids. I mean, Greg is the drive-by king. He calls me up and goes, hey, Yoda, how you doing? I said, I'm fine. How you doing? Always great. You've heard him say that. He says, how can I serve you? I said, things are great for me. Okay, gotta go. That's Greg. That's Greg. He's running and gunning and moving and grooving. He is the gum-chewing guy. If he ever slowed down, that would ruin his mojo. I said, who are you? And what have you done with Greg Reed? So, my question to you is, and here's the task, because my friend Tim Levy yesterday asked some good questions, didn't he?
Yeah.
What was good questions? Did anybody really contemplate those questions? You ask those questions of yourself for 7 days straight. Even if you get the same freaking answer, 7 days straight. Then ask yourself the question, what's my mojo, baby? What's my mojo? Do that on purpose. I guarantee you, you will be remembered. Anyone here wearing a green sport jacket? Anyone? Anyone? I'm not one to point fingers, because that's not the way I work. But stand up, come on. Turn around. That's his tutu. It's his mojo, baby. You'll never forget him. And look at the smile. Check out the smile.
Not that I ever was embarrassed to wear any pastel collar coat, but especially, even if I was a little bit after seeing Scott in a tutu, I'm cool.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Be your own mentor in this regard. Be your own. Do it on purpose and enjoy the recognition. It's not who you know, it's how you are known.
That's beautiful.
Got it?
Yeah, and by the way, a couple things. We're talking about sleep. Dr. Scott talked about it, and I got to tell you, sleep is probably one of the most precious tools you can have, especially after you have a newborn baby. We learn real quick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sleep deprivation is just the most brutal thing in the world. Exactly. So what we did here is I got one of these Spa Selection Wellness ergonomic memory foam pillows that we're going to put right here in the box. And these are very limited. When this magazine was out, it's called Personal Development Magazine. Napoleon Hill was featured for the Napoleon Hill release of 3 Feet from Gold. This right here, they're non-existent. It's a one-of-a-kind. I'm going to put this in the box here. Maybe Don Green will sign that for you as well. I want to ask you a question about mentorship. Now, you've been a mentor of mine for, gosh, almost 10 years now, right? I think it's been 10 years.
I know.
And people call you the mentor to mentors.
Yeah.
And how did you get that nickname?
I have been mentoring people for a while, and some of them are very, very famous.
Brian Tracy.
Brian Tracy, you know, a number of wonderful people. The deal is there are some people that are afraid to approach people for advisement. I was talking with someone today just this morning. He's very famous. He's a brilliant man, and we were just talking, gave him an idea, and he went, "Oh my God, I never thought of that." Most people think that I'm over here and you're up there, and you know what? I say we're all bozos on this bus. Ding dong, the guru's dead. Guru stands for gee, you were you. Gee, you were you. Anybody plays the guru game, and guess what? You play the guru game. Too many people play the guru game. Not that you're the guru, but that they are. And when you subordinate yourselves, I have never done that. Well, there's one time, but you know, I got to meet the whatever. But the thing is that the point is that we should never do that. Here's something, and you don't know this, but when Greg and Allie were pregnant, and before, right after they had called, actually, right after they had called, I don't know, I was a bachelor dude, I don't know what to get. So they sent out a list for stuff, so I picked a dollar figure, $12, and I went down the list. And so I got and they said, would you like to have them wrapped? And I said, yeah. She says, individual? I said, what the hell? You know, so there were probably, I don't know how many boxes, 20, 30, whatever the boxes were. So there they are, they're all wrapped and blah, blah, blah. And about 5 days later, no, 2 weeks later, I was going over to his house to play poker. Asaraf and everybody, just going to play some poker. And I thought to myself, what would it feel like if I saw some of those gifts unopened? It'd be like awkward, you know? Like I sent the gift and it wasn't, because there were so many boxes. And I thought to myself, I wonder how God feels when we don't open our gifts. And when we subordinate ourselves to others who are in touch with their gifts. So, we're all bozos on this bus. Greg teaches so well. The top people are the most approachable. You are the top people. And he gave me a book. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
That's my book. So, quick question. What does GOK stand for? God only knows.
God only knows.
I want to give a gift or something. Okay, is there anybody here's name is Patrick Carney?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations, you won a book! All right, God. Now, let me have that. All right, God bless you. There you did. Yo! Dave Corbin. Okay, so for you, so, Patrick Carney, last time we were here at Secret Knock, he offered in the Tub of Love a special gift